My role here is essentially as an invitation into presence. That's who I am, that's what I am. I'm just inviting you to be here. Because out there in the world, that invitation to be here isn't all that common, isn't that true? There's not that many people out there in the world calling you to presence, being present with you. So that's the opportunity here. It's an opportunity for us to come into presence. And it's an opportunity for us to fine-tune as we go how to stay present in your life, how to stay fundamentally present as you live your life. How to become a master of your mind and ego so that you're no longer pulled out of presence. When you're truly present, it's so easy to see that which is not present. It's so obvious. And the truth is that almost all of humanity is functioning in a non-present way, in an unconscious way. Almost all of the 6 billion on this planet are living unconsciously, are living lost within the world of the mind. Functioning as egos within the world. Each of us living in our individual world of separation. Doing the very best we can to survive and even hopefully thrive in our individual worlds of separation. Doing all that we can to avoid the pain of living in a world of separation. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by separation? What are we separate from? We're separate from the truth of life revealed through this moment. We're separate from the truth of love, which is of this moment. At the very deepest level, we're separate from God, which is this moment. In fact, it's our belief in God that separates us from God. And the reason we need to believe in God is because we've separated from God by leaving the present moment and becoming absorbed into the world of the mind. And we're becoming more and more absorbed into the world of the mind, ultimately imprisoned there. Then we're condemned to function at such a limited level of consciousness, and we don't realize that until we awaken into the truth of who we really are. When you awaken into the truth of who you are, then you know. So all that's ever going on in these gatherings here with me is that invitation into presence and that guidance into mastery of your mind and ego, so you're no longer pulled out of presence involuntarily. You see, when you're in the mind, when this is where you're functioning mostly from, the mind, the past and future, and if your mind is full of thoughts that never stop, I can guarantee you that's where you live. If you have a continual stream of thoughts that basically you're not choosing to think, they're just happening, then you're lost in the mind. Now, would that be true for anyone in this room? Hands up, please. Hands up. If you haven't got your hands up, you're probably not telling the truth. And that's very, very unnatural. When you're thinking in this way, when those thoughts are running through your mind, are you choosing to think, or are they just happening? Can I have a response? They're just happening. It's not like it's voluntary, they're just happening. So you become a victim of that, pulled from somewhere into your past or somewhere into your future, anywhere but here now. It's a very unawakened state. And sometimes those thoughts can be spiritual thoughts. That's no better. Spiritual thoughts are no better than mathematic thoughts, or ordinary thoughts, or general gossip thoughts. All thoughts achieve the same outcome. They take you out of the truth of life, out of the present moment, into a world of illusion, into separation. Now, what do I mean by illusion? Into a world of illusion. This is a little bit startling, But the truth is that everything outside of this moment, everything outside of this moment is an illusion that is accessible to you only through thought, memory, imagination. That's how you get there. That's how we access this illusory world within the world of the mind, the world of the past and the future. We access it by thinking. Now, there's nothing wrong with thinking, unless, of course, that thinking is involuntary and constant, and we're continually pulled into that world of not here. And then, even worse, we begin to believe in those thoughts, and we begin to believe in that illusory world as real. Now we're in trouble. Now we're lost in separation. Now the only hope is to find our way home. Where is home? Here. Where else? When? Now. And this is the homecoming. To be truly here now. You, utterly present with what is here, you're at home. And if you're truly present with what is here, and your presence is almost like an embrace of what is here. There's no separation. You're one with what is here. Then you are an awakened being. It has nothing to do with spirituality. It has everything to do with you being an awakened being, a conscious being. That's the true quest. That's the quest that we've been on since the days of Buddha onwards. That's what Buddha was speaking of. Not different to what I'm speaking. Lao Tzu, same thing. Jesus, same thing if you know what he's really speaking about. Ramana Maharshi, same thing. To come to the very source, the very center, the very core of your existence, of your being. To come into a state of perfect silence, presence, where it begins to open up into the eternal, where it begins to reveal oneness, where you begin to feel the isness in everything. Isness here. And you are a part of that isness. You are of the isness. You are isness itself when you're truly present. It's very simple, what I'm saying. Now, the beautiful thing about what I'm saying is that we're not getting rid of anything. We're not getting rid of the mind. We're not getting rid of religion. We're not getting rid of spirituality. We're not getting rid of thoughts. We're not getting rid of gossip. We're not getting rid of anything. We're just adding something that was missing. Actually, we're not adding it. That's incorrect. We're revealing something that was missing, that we disconnected from a long time ago, which is the center, which is presence, which is beingness, which is isness. That's the center of your being. That's at the center of existence. That's what needs to open up within us. And then we don't have to be lost in the mind, believing in illusion as truth. We can still play in the mind. We can still play in illusion. But we now know where the truth of life is. That's the whole point. We now know where the truth of life is. It is here now. It is you here now. Here now is meaningless without you here to reveal it. That's the whole point. You are here as the revealers of here now. You are here as the revealers of the present moment.